23 vote not to impeach and 1 abstains, then the governor is not impeached.
What is clear, Mr. Speaker, is that the decision on this PO is a decision by the senators. Even when we shall be voting for the next big assignment on Thursday, Mr. Speaker, 2/3 is equivalent to 44.6. The required number is not 44, but 45. In the event...
Senator Nduati. Senator Nduati. Veronica.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the issues at hand, the preliminary points that have been raised, and application. At the very onset, Mr. Speaker, I would encourage you not to take the bait of having to determine what happened.
Is your time up?
No. I've not even spoken for 20 seconds.
Proceed then.
Mr. Speaker, I was saying that I would persuade you not to take the bait of having to determine these preliminary points or applications. For 2 reasons, Mr. Speaker.
They raise such fundamental and weighty points of law, Mr. Speaker, and some have, of course, raised issues of fact, whether service was effected or not effected. Mr. Speaker, if you were to determine these issues, it would bring to a determination of the entire impeachment proceeding. That means you would have abrogated yourself the function of what the Senate is supposed to be doing. Consequently, you should bring these points to a vote by the House, Mr. Speaker, and by the honorable members of Senate. 2, Mr. Speaker, there was an application on the issue of a protection of a witness, a key witness in these proceedings, Mr. Speaker. It's my very considered opinion, Mr. Speaker, that protection should be afforded to a witness who feels vulnerable, Mr. Speaker, because of the nature of the offenses that have been brought forth, Mr. Speaker. But while giving that protection to this witness, Mr. Speaker, there must be a balance as to how that protection is given. For instance, Mr. Speaker, and if you are guided by the Witness Protection Act, Mr. Speaker, we could take off the proceedings from camera with respect to that witness, but ensure that senators have an opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to hear the kind of allegations so that you balance between the witness not being hidden away from the accused governor, Mr. Speaker, and the senators who are supposed to be judges, but you also ensure that the witness is not exposed to an extent that reputational damage would appear or would occur, Mr. Speaker, in the event that the evidence she's adducing is true, and whether that evidence is true or not will be determined after the witness has been heard. So we should balance the 2, Mr. Speaker, but ensure that the witness is protected because of the nature of the offenses, Mr. Speaker. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I would urge you to allow the senators to vote on this. I will not...
Senator Munyihaji Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii. Kimsingi ni kwamba mawakili wa gavana wanataka masuala haya yaamuliwe kabla ya kusikizwa kwa mashtaka ambayo yameletwa hapa na Assembly ya Kericho. Mheshimiwa Spika, tukiangalia bunge la Senate linapokaa kuangalia masuala ya impeachment ni kama mahakama, na katiba yetu inasema katika kifungu cha 159 ni kwamba mahakama zinapokaa haki iamuliwe bila ya kuzingatia masuala magumu ya procedure na vile vile pia kiteknikali.